all of the lies that are now being busted. This is what that looked like in the news this week.
Today, if you question the government, they call you a conspiracy theorist. If you didn't like that the government shut down your business, you were branded an outlaw. If you didn't think mask mandates worked, you were called a murderer. And if you thought the Wuhan virus might have come from a lab in Wuhan that made viruses, the government called you crazy.
Tonight, NBC News learning the Department of Energy has concluded COVID-19 likely came from a lab leak in China.
The COVID pandemic began with a lab leak in Wuhan, China.
The COVID outbreak began with a laboratory leak in Wuhan, China.
We know perfectly well where COVID came from. We've known this for years. In fact, one of the very first things we knew about COVID was that it was an engineered virus that escaped somehow, intentionally or not, from a Chinese military biolab in Wuhan.
It is all unraveling. You have a study from Oxford on the masks. You have the Lancet, which, by the way, was the #1 place that gathered up the scientists right away and said, not from the lab.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here.
They demanded that we wear masks. Now top scientists are saying masks did not stop. They did not slow the spread of COVID-19 at all, pretty much saying that they were useless.
They knew they were lying. They are repeating the talking points of the Chinese Communist government. Democratic politicians were doing that, and the corporate media was doing that.
Remember, they told you that if you got the vaccine, that would stop the spread of COVID-19? They were wrong again. Remember, they told you if you got vaccinated, you would never get COVID. You would never spread COVID. Wrong again. How many Americans believe these lies?
Every facet, every element, every link in the chain that connects every part of elite America to itself pushed the same lies.
Obviously, it's hard for, I think, news anchors that were pushing an agenda brought to them by pharma and our government to admit, or even say, I'm sorry that we got this wrong, but every network you saw there did get it wrong for the most part, except for a couple. Tucker Carlson jumped on this stuff pretty early, but, not to call anyone out.